Hi guys, we're going to do graphing a line using slope-intercept. We're going to learn how to graph a line using slope-intercept. Remember, slope-intercept y equals mx plus b. So before we had to find the y equals mx plus b using a graph. Now we're going to be given this equation and we're going to graph it. So here is an example. So it's already in the format. We don't have to solve it for y. These are all going to be solved for y. So we know what our m is, right? It's the number in front of x, which is -2. And we know what our b is, which is 4. So our first point, whenever we're graphing y equals mx plus b, the first point we're going to put in is the y-intercept, which in this case is +4. Now we know our slope is a negative slope. So we know our slope is going to go this way because that's a negative slope. So if we start here and we want this graph to go this way, our slope again is -2, which is over a 1, because all whole numbers are over a 1. So remember, that's y and x. So we're going to go over on the x1, and then in this case, we're going to go down 2. Then I'm going to do it again from this point, over 1 and down 2. And when I connect these points with a straight line, it gives us a negative slope. So we know we did it right. Right? It's -2, and this is -2. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do this one. Our slope is a +3/2, and our y-intercept is a 4. So our first point is a 4. So we're going to put this 4 here. So remember, the bottom numbers x run, so it's either left and right, and the top is either up or down. So we're looking for a positive slope that looks like this, right? So if we go over 2, we would need to go up 3. We don't have a third mark. I can't put it here, so I'm going to have to go to the left 2 and then down 3. So left 2, 1, 2, 3, down 3. Left 2, down 3. And this is our positive slope. Right, as long as we know if it's a positive, we know we can either go to the right and up, or we can go to the left and down. Either way, it's going to make us a positive slope. Let me see if I can explain it a little more clearly with this one. First of all, we know that our slope, the number in front of the x, which is, in this case, it's -1, and then our b is +1. So our first point is this +1. It's a negative slope. So if it helps you to draw this negative slope in, so it's 1/1, -1/1. So I can go down and to the right, or left and up. Right? I can go left and up or right and down. So I go right 1, down 1. Left 1, up 1. Left 1, up 1. Right? This is a slope of -1. The trick with this is just making sure you understand that this slope, which is -4/1, that the bottom number again is left or right and the top number is up or down. And knowing that your very first point that you're putting on here is the B. That's your very first point. And then this is a negative slope, so I know my line's going to have to go this way. So if I go over 1, I'm going to need to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I got 2 points. You need at least 3 points in the graph if it fits. Right? That's a negative slope, so I know I did it right. If I was to do it wrong, I check it, make sure the direction of the line is going the way it should be before you move on to the next one. I don't like doing it wrong, just showing you how to do it wrong. That's bad practice. But let's do this one correctly, and I'll show you what I mean. Again, our slope, 3 over 4. RB is 1. I know my point's going to be here. Not there. I know my y-intercept, it crosses my y-intercept at 1. My slope is positive. So if that's my y-intercept, I can go to the right and then up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the right 4 and then up 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Again, I could also go to the left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, I could have done either of those. Either way, in this case, I need to do both to get 3 points in. That's my graph, right? That's a positive slope. This one, if you remember when we were doing domain and range, and x equals -5. Find -5. In this case, you're going to find -5 on the x, which is right here. And then your line is straight up and down. Your line is horizontal. Whenever it's x equals something, you draw a horizontal line at whatever x is. I'm saying horizontal. I do mean vertical. You draw a vertical line wherever x is. Vertical, not horizontal. Vertical. So x equals -5. You find -5 and draw a vertical line on -5. If x equals 4, here's 4 and then a vertical line. If x equals 1, find 1 on the x and a vertical line. And when it's y equals, you do the opposite. So y equals 5, find 5 on the y, and then it's going to be a horizontal line. If it was y equals -2, you would find -2 on the y, and then put in that horizontal line. Those you just have to remember if it's x equals something or y equals something. X equals is going to be a vertical line. Y equals is going to be a horizontal line. It's just something you need to remember. All right, let's do this one. Slope 5 over 3, right? It's the number in front of x is the slope. It's never x. Slope is never x. It's the number in front of x. Your y-intercept is 2. So my first point goes on the 2. Slope is positive, so I can go right and up, or I can go left and down. I don't have room to go right and up, but I do have room to go left and down. So I'm going to go 3 left, 1, 2, 3, and 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all that'll fit on this graph, so I'm just going to be able to put 2 on. We're going to do a couple more examples. We went over this a little bit in class. It's finding the slope shouldn't be an issue because it's already in slope-intercept form. Finding the b shouldn't be an issue because it's the number by itself. So your first point is going to be 3. And then since it's a negative slope, like I said, if you have to draw that line, draw the line, draw the slope in so you can refresh your memory of what your slope should look like. So if you're starting here, then you know you either have to go right and down or you have to go left and up, or you have to do both, right? We can do both, a -1/2. So I'm going to go 2 right and 1 down. Then I can go 2 left and 1 up. When I connect these lines, these points, it makes a straight line with a negative slope. So I know I did it right. So if you have to do this somewhere, do this. I'm only going to go over a few more. I'll go over this one, our slope, -2/3, and our b is -1. So our very first point that we're going to put is our y-intercept, which is -1. Our slope is a negative slope, so it's going to be this. That's a negative slope. So if we're starting here, we know we need to go right and down or left and up. So -2/3. So right 3, 1, 2, 3, down 2. Left 3, up 2. Right? Right and then down, or left and then up for this negative slope. And then when we connect them, there's our line. All right. I don't want to do too many. I'm going to look for a specific one. Let's do this one. Since I'm here, our slope, 1/3, our b, -4. The first point we put is the b, -4. It's a positive slope, so it goes like this. So if I'm starting here, I know I can go right and up, or I can go left and down. So let's go right and up. 1/3. So over 3, right 3, up 1. Right 3, up 1. Right? We went this way and then this way. We could also gone left 3 and down 1. Left 3 and down 1. Right? This is a straight line with a positive slope, so we know we did it right. Again, draw that little slope. If you're having trouble, we'll do these two because I want to do 18 here. So again, our slope, -1/5. Our b is 2. Our first point is going to be the 2 because that's our y-intercept. Our slope is a negative slope. It goes this way. So I know I can go right and down, or I can go left and up. Right? I just look at this negative slope to see which way I can go. So let's go right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. And let's go left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 1. And there's our nice straight line with a negative slope. Matches this, so I know I did it right. And the last one, y equals 2/3x. And there's no y-intercept. Our slope is right there. It's the number in front of x. Our y-intercept, when there's no number there, that means our y-intercept is 0. So our first point is going to be the 0 on the y-intercept. Right? When there is no y-intercept listed, the y-intercept is 0. Right? You don't need to write +0. And then our slope is positive, so it goes this way. I'm going to start here. I can go right and up, or left and down. So let's go right and up. Right 3, up 2. Right 3, up 2. I can also go left 3, down 2. Left 3, down 2. And there's our slope. And then one more time, because I'm worried I might have confused you. Let's do, using these graphs, let's do x equals 4. So again, if x equals 4, you find 4 on the x, and it's a vertical line. And if it's y equals 2, we'll say -2. Y equals -2, find -2 on the y, and it's going to be a horizontal line. All right, hopefully that makes sense for a review.